Hey, what's up? I'm Jay Steele here at the Walt Disney Animation Studios in Burbank, where all your favorite films have been created, including Once Upon a Studio, directed by Dan Abraham and Trent Corey. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Hey, thank you.
I really appreciate it. I would love to get a look inside the building if you don't mind.
Oh my God, we'd love to show you.
Are we allowed to though? Is that?
We don't normally do this.
Okay.
But let's show you behind the scenes.
It's like MTV Cribs, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's where the magic happens.
Disney edition.
Let's do it. Yeah,
Let's do
Disney
it. All right.
edition. Yeah.
Lead the way, please.
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome.
Welcome to the studio.
Nobody from the outside can go because we haven't announced these things.
Ooh, what do we have here?
This is one of my favorite tour spots.
I love how decked out everything is.
Hey, I see a couple animators over there.
It's literally like looking at magic.
I'm just getting started.
Just imagine what more lies beyond. This is so cool.
You walk right in, and who are the first people that greet you are Walt Disney and Bernie Mattinson. There's a lot of tributes going on in the short, right? We knew we wanted to have a Walt and Mickey moment from the day one, right? But then we also wanted to pay tribute to all the artists, the hundreds and hundreds of people that have been through the studio over the years. And we thought, well, nobody encompasses that more than Bernie Mattinson, who had been here just shy of 70 years.
I do look at this though when I walk out some days, just thinking like, I'm so glad that Bernie was a part of it. And not only that, but maybe because he's in our credits and we have this tribute to him, and people that come tour the building, maybe people discover Bernie for the first time. We shot Bernie right here.
Yeah, walking right through here. See, that's the crazy thing about coming here is I've known so much about the studio, always wanted to come here and see every aspect of it, but now it feels like going onto a movie set.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen once, I'm like, Peter Pan went right up there, you know, it's so cool. I love how it's real. Like the ending shot of the short is right here.
This last shot was a monumental feat.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, how did you orchestrate this? How did you lay out? How many characters, first of all?
We believe there's 543 characters in there.
Wow.
Putting this together was such a fun puzzle, and I drew the layout of it, and I drew every character like as a
Wait, this is you putting?
This is, and there's a rough drawing.
Yeah, but you orchestrated where everyone would go.
I did. And then Trent, and then when we actually had the animation.
By the way, that was about 4 weeks, right? It was like the biggest.
Yeah, no,
it was
that's
the biggest
gotta be a
Disney.
monumental.
It was a long time, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I never had so much fun.
Wow.
Yeah, Dan was. I'd walk by his office. He'd be working like 9-10 hours a day, just and smiling the whole time. And because it's like the biggest Disney jigsaw puzzle ever. And
real.
Dan's a puzzle guy. And then we compiled all that together, the 2D characters, the CG, into this giant. I built this set in 3D with all these characters.
Wow.
And it took weeks. And Dan was standing over my shoulder saying, "One more puppy, one more." Okay, Dan, we have enough puppies.
And we realized too that based on my template that I did, like it's like, you know what? Now that the characters are moving, this area is just too. So we had to move like a couple to different places. There were definitely changes to be made.
In this shot alone, how many animators contributed?
I would say not just animators, but every department, lighting, tech anim. I would say anywhere between 50 and 100 people touched the shot in some small way.
Yeah,
I thought it was over 100.
It could be over 100. I mean, it was very time consuming. It was probably the first shot started and one of the last finished.
So this is the end of the short.
Yes.
And let's go back to the beginning of the short by going through the rest of the studio.
Let's do it.
Do you guys mind if we keep going through?
Yeah.
This is where Tinkerbell flew right through here.
Oh, yes,
over these chairs.
And Disney Animation does a great job at kind of decorating the studio for whatever films are happening. This was new for the 100 years celebration to kind of get a scope of everything that Disney's done.
So where did you guys start on this timeline?
Well, I came in right when we were doing the Chicken Little wrap party, right near Maggie the cow.
Nice, okay.
And I started right around here at the Wreck-It Ralph wrap party. It is cool to look at these walls and be like, wow, look at all these movies, and we're just this little chunk. We're just this little chunk here.
How long is like a typical timeline of making one of the feature films?
It usually takes about 4 years to make a movie, so it there's a lot that goes into it. I think most people are like, oh, it's a cartoon, and it's like, yeah, it is, but man, we
all cried a lot making it.
We cried a lot making it.
I come from the animation department, and you move as a group onto every movie. So I worked on Frozen all the way through until Encanto, really, on every project, and I